NotebookLM just launched a bunch of brand new upgrades, and so did Google Gemini, because now you're going to be able to access NotebookLM from inside of Google Gemini. In addition to that, on Google Gemini, they made it way easier for you to make it 10 times more powerful by taking other information from other LLMs and putting it in there. In addition to that, they launched a bunch of other changes, and by the end of this video, you're going to know what all those changes are and how you could use them. Okay, so that first update that I want to show you is now when you're inside of Google Gemini and you click on this plus right here, you could see that you could upload files, you could add to Drive, but more importantly, under more uploads, you're now going to see notebooks. So what you're going to be able to actually do is insert your notebooks into any chat that you're doing here. For example, if we come over here, we could see that I have created a notebook about building your first AI agent with make.com. Now what I'm actually able to do is I'm able to actually insert this inside of here, and I could get it to create anything that I want based off of this. For example, I could come over here and I can say, please write a research paper based on this notebook. In addition, please create an image, which is going to be the image for the cover of that. And I need a blog post that is SEO optimized. Now, what we can actually get this to do is create all these things using this notebook for the basis here, and look at how much quicker this does this than if we were to interact inside of NotebookLM. Because if we were to interact inside of NotebookLM and we were to come over here, for example, come over, if we scroll down, we could see this one right here, we could see that if we wanted to create an image, we don't have that much control over this. We can create an infographic, but not necessarily the image that we want. If we wanted to be able to write a research report, we could do that. We could try to under here, but it will actually take a pretty long period of time to do that. And creating something else like a blog post, it wouldn't be able to do that. Actually, it would be able to do that under reports, but again, it would take a really long time. And if we come back over to Gemini, we could see that this is pretty much done with all of this now. So essentially what this has now enabled is that we can actually create things from our notebooks way quicker than just relying on NotebookLM. Now I do have early access to another thing that you're going to be able to do with NotebookLM inside of Gemini, but I can't reveal that to you yet. I'm hoping that by the end of the week or by early next week, I'll be able to talk about it, but it's pretty crazy and I think you guys are going to love it. Oh, and by the way, here's the actual image that this created right here, which is pretty cool, where it actually goes through. We might want to update the date right here, probably something that I want to update, but basically we didn't give it any real information, so it actually built this just based off of the notebook. If we wanted to change things about this, we would be able to. In addition to that, if we actually come over into gems right here, and let's say that we were going to create a gem, I'm going to click over here, we could also add our notebooks into here. If we click on new gem right here, we could see that if we scroll down under knowledge, click on this plus, we can add these notebooks into gems so that we could take the stuff that we've created in NotebookLM and actually add it into a gem on Google Gemini. Now, the next thing that I wanted to show you is if we come over here into NotebookLM and let's say that we click on this one that I have about the Great Depression, we're going to see video overview right here. And if we click on this, we now have cinematic videos. This is going to allow you to create a video that is way better than any other video that you've seen inside of NotebookLM. In fact, I've actually created one right here. We can come over here and essentially what this has done is created a cinematic video right here. Now, if we click through, we could see that basically what this has done is added in a bunch of different effects here, and this actually took all of the images and made them motion graphics using VO 3.1. The old way of this actually creating videos was basically it just created a slideshow and it wasn't actually an interactive video. It kind of just went like from slide to slide with an audio overview on top of it. But now it actually creates full cinematic videos using VO3. In addition to that, the other thing that you're now going to find inside of NotebookLM is that if we come over here, you can actually configure your chat and be able to customize it however you want. If you want NotebookLM to respond a specific way, let's say you're working on a school project versus a work project, you'll be able to specify that here. In addition to that, you can actually give it different roles. For example, pretend to be this or pretend to be that. You can also change how it actually responds. So if you want its responses to be longer, you could turn that on here. If you want it to be shorter, you could turn it on here. In addition to that, they've also rolled out a way better infographic experience. Now, when you come over here and you actually create an infographic, you could see, you could choose what kind of visual you want it to follow. You could choose the level of detail that you want it to follow, and you could choose the orientation. This is basically just a way better way to be able to create these infographics. And essentially what you're now able to do is, since you can hook your NotebookLM to Google Gemini, is you can swap back and forth and use NotebookLM for what it's best at, but use Google Gemini for what it's best at. In addition to that, when you're using Google Gemini with NotebookLM, you have all of your context from Google Gemini in here, so it gives you better responses. Now, before I get into all the other changes that we need to cover, I wanted to remind you to smash that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest AI changes. I upload videos like this almost every single day, and you're not going to want to miss them. Now, the next update I wanted to show you here is now when you come into your settings, you're going to see import memory from Gemini. This right here is going to give you a prompt that you can then copy and paste inside of another type of AI. For example, if we come over to Claude, you could type it into Claude. I'm going to put this in here, and then what Claude is going to do is they are going to respond to me with all of this different information. I could do the same thing in ChatGPT, or I could do the same thing in Grok, and we could see this is now going through, getting all of its memory, giving us all of its memory. Now what we'll be able to do is actually paste the response that Claude gives us inside of here, and we can import whatever memory Claude has of us, Grok has of us, DeepSeek has of us, ChatGPT has of us, and import it into Gemini in order to actually make Gemini smarter. In addition to that, you can also import your chats. For example, let's say that we were doing this with ChatGPT. If we came over to ChatGPT, bottom left-hand corner right here, clicked on settings, came under data controls, we could see we could export our data. From here, we would click on export, we would download this, and then we could actually come over into Gemini, we could click on add, and then add in that zip file that ChatGPT gave us in order to then take all of the chats we have on ChatGPT, upload it into Gemini so that it has full context about everything. We could see that Claude is still going through and actually creating this, and it is now creating this right here. We'd be able to copy it and again, bring it over into Gemini, import it in here. And now Gemini is way smarter because that has more information about how we've interacted with ChatGPT or with Claude. In addition to that, if we come over here, you want to make sure that under personalized intelligence right here, you have all the memory features turned on. You want to make sure that you have all the connected apps features turned on, and you want to make sure the instructions for Gemini that you have all of these turned on. The reason that you want every single one of these turned on, and if we click into each of these, you'll be able to see that there are multiple settings inside of here that you need to actually go through and turn on, is because this will actually give you more personalized responses. For example, search services right here, this literally goes through, and this gives your Gemini access to how you're interacting with Google search, with YouTube, with Google News, with Google Shopping, with Google Maps. So it will have full context. In addition to that, you could do the same with YouTube right here. You could do the same with all of these different tools. And essentially, you adding all of this together is going to help you create way better things inside of Gemini. In addition to that, if we come over here and you come to flows.workspace.google.com, what you're going to see is you can actually build out these automations now using Google Gemini. There are two ways for you to be able to do this. The first way that you could do this is actually come over to Discover right here, and you could just describe a task to Gemini that you wanted to do. For example, if you wanted to automatically catch you up on yesterday, we could come over here, click on Create, and this will automatically actually create the AI agents and all the different connectors that need to happen for it to actually be able to do this, and it will create the flow, and it will show you the flow. We could see here that we can now choose on a schedule for it to go through, and for it to actually create this, we could get this to actually go through our email, we could get it to go through our calendar, we could get it to do everything, and then actually notify us via chat about all of this. Or if you wanted to be able to actually start with a template, we could see that there are tons of different templates right here that are really easy. For example, you could have it go through and star emails that you need to follow up with. You could get a daily summary of unread emails. You could get notifications about emails from key people so that you don't have to constantly go through your email. Or if we click on plus right here, we could see we could actually custom build these out ourselves. We could have them happen on a schedule, when you get an email, when all of these different actions automations happen, and they actually keep adding in more and more things. For example, maybe we wanted to set up an automation when a form is filled out. We could come over here and actually choose what form. For example, this one right here, I'm going to click on insert, and we can actually then come over here and choose what happens. We could have an action in Gemini happen. We could have these different AI skills happen where it goes through and decides, summarizes, extracts, recaps things, or we could add in tools where we could check if, so we could add an end if statement. We could filter things, or we could get things to happen inside of Gmail. We could get things to happen inside of chat, inside of sheets, inside of drives, inside of docs, inside of tasks, and essentially all that you're now doing inside of all these different Google tools can be automated inside of Workspace Studio. And they keep adding in more and more different capabilities, more and more different tools. So if you haven't checked this out before, I would strongly suggest that you do. In addition to that, if you have not seen yet, now when you come into Google AI Studio and we come over here and we click on dashboard, and then we come over to here, playground, we can actually see that there are tons of new different models here. For example, if we come over here and we come under Gemma, we could see that there are now new Gemma models that have been released. If you don't know what these are basically models that you could run on a very small device, and they also can run offline. So if you want to be able to interact with AI while your phone's in airplane mode or while your computer's in airplane mode, these are the models that you would actually use. In addition to that, if we come over live, we could see that they just released a brand new Gemini 3.1 Flash Live preview that I would strongly suggest you check out. It has better latency, better audio to audio model optimization for real-time dialogue, acoustics, nuance detection, and it also has multimodal awareness, so you can actually show it something and get a really good response back. In addition to that, if we come under video, you're now going to see VO 3.1 Lite, which we could see in output is only 5 cents here compared to 3.1 Fast, 15 cents. Compared to 3.1, 40 cents. This is by far the cheapest video model that exists right now for Google. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would strongly suggest you check out this video right here that walks you through a bunch of other changes to Google Gemini that you might have missed that I'd strongly suggest you get up to date on. I'll see you over there.